Welcome everybody. This is Wilson from Wes Webcast. On today's subject, I'm going to be talking about thumbnails. The subject is related to if you have an exercise like this, which I had at the end of my HTML class. If you wanted to, instead of having a list like this, what do you need to do to have something like this? Those are called thumbnails that if you click on, you have your page redirected to. I had finished my HTML class on my 5th edition from HTML, that New Perspective book. I understand we already have the 6th edition, so by the time I finished this class, that was the book available. I strongly recommend, and I was able to follow all the chapters. It was a 12-week class. Every week we had to finish something, and those would be the review that I had to present at the end of the class, and also have all of them together to show my development process on my HTML knowledge and CSS. As you guys can see it here from the chart, I did not use any of this exercise for any of these exercises, anything like a Dreamweaver or Photoshop. Everything was done by hand, believe it or not, on Notepad. If you want to make your life a little bit easier, please download Notepad++. Okay, about Notepad++. You got it here, notepad++.org. This is a free, great text editor. Extremely helpful. I cannot strongly emphasize how I love this guy. So, by moving forward, if I had it right there, my HTML reviews and my ordered list, okay, how do I go from here to here? Well, the first thing we're gonna need are pictures. Those are thumbnails. And in order for us to have pictures, we need something that capture pictures. Another free tool, I like free, everybody does. Windows 7. It's a PC. Yes, I know it's a PC. I'm a web designer, but I do use a PC. That's what I can afford for right now. Windows 7 Home Premium has this stuff called PC Screen Capture. You can download it for free. No strings attached. We have these books online. This, and this. Guess where these came from? From here. How do I do this? Simple. We get here. We want to have an area. We're going to screen capture an area. Look at these crossing here. Drag and drop. Voila. One picture. Let's get another one. Cam shots. Back here. Let's get an area now. Let's get this guy here. Cam shots is taken. As you guys can see, the dimensions and the size that I'm trying to achieve with all of these pictures are all some sort of rectangles. I mean squares. So I know this one is a rectangle. Sorry about that, but this one is more of a square. This one is definitely a square. Got a little bit of the rectangle shape, and you got the Dave's Devil, my first ever site, some time ago. What we're going to do is create inside, look what I've got here. All the reviews, everything. I'm going to create the thumbnails, and let's suppose I'll be saving this. Let me get out of here, but let me get to this picture. I'm going to go back there again. We're going to, let's suppose this would be the Dave's Devil picture. Okay, so I have the options of the extensions for what kind of picture I want to take. Choose the one I want, save it. Not going to do, I've already done it. But you got the picture. That's how each one of this picture was saved. Picking up the extension that I wanted, I instantly have, for instance, used the PNG, and each one of these pictures were saved. Folder thumbnail. And guess where we're going to go now? We're going to go to Notepad. So initially I had these HTML reviews. We remember how it was, that boring looking, just wording, not so appealing. We're going to go to a second file, which is the same copy of this one, and we're going to create a table. I don't have a problem to use a table as long as the table it's inside a div. You can definitely, without major problem, style inside the div a table. What we don't want to is style all the site using tables. I don't like that. That's no good. But inside the div, in my personal preference, and actually to make it easier by hand to use a table, it's perfectly fine. We first created our table. All the pictures are going to be inside the table. The table is going to work for this specific site with a width of 600. There will be no border, and each individual picture, it's going to be presented like this. It's going to be a table data, TD, and href, which is hyperlink reference. It's going to be reference to the review, which is the site itself. And you're going to have the image source for the picture. And there comes the trick and the secret for this one to work. What are we going to do? We don't want to worry about optimizing size, making everything looks the same using, for example, Photoshop. I'm not there yet. At least I am, but not at the time I did this on the actual exercises. So anyhow, we have a width and a height, and having the width and the height, I can make all pictures the same. Another one, if I use an style border width of 0, none of the pictures are going to have any surrounding because of the href. By default, every time you use an href, it always created some borders around it. And on pictures, it's easy to get away with it without it, just by that simple line of code, the style. You don't need any fancy CSS, even though that's a CSS. And what can we get after we do this with all the pictures? You got it here: Dave's Devil, Camshots, Sunny, Books Online, Radio Station, KPAF. What do we got here? We got this. I did a styling for a header for this guy here. So every one of these pictures are hyperlinked. How do we know that? Look at the cursor. Look like this. Oh, it's a hyperlink. Oh, it's a hyperlink, 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 hyperlink. How do we know it works? Look at Dave's. Look at Books Online. It looks like I learned a little bit. And if you guys want to learn, practice. All of this is free. There was a book There are tons of other tutorials on YouTube. You can watch some of mine, and you can go from here to here without anything fancy. We all have to agree that this is a much better, instead of this one, it's a much better way how to present this, assignments, anything you want. Simple use, PC capture, can take your pictures. You don't need anything fancy. You can fix everything with Notepad++. Correct your code, post everything, and you're on the road to keep getting things better and better. Looks dull and simple? Yes, that's how it looks in the beginning. But we can always improve and get better. Please leave any comments. Appreciate if you have watched it until this point. It's a simple way of how to create thumbnail. Thank you for watching. Bye.